guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have another worth the hype video for you guys. It's a very requested but controversial video on the Naked palettes. My thoughts and if I think they are worth the hype. I don't even know where to start for this video. Obviously, I want to say do not take offense to this because a lot of people love the Naked palettes and a lot of people don't love the Naked palettes. So, if you love them, great. If you don't like them, you don't need to watch this video. But I kind of fall in between. I think they are gorgeous palettes. Now, are they worth the hype? I think they are worth the hype in terms of quality and, you know, the fact that you're getting great eyeshadows for a pretty good price. Color scheme, like I think they're worth the hype in terms of it being a great product. Now for me personally, I don't think it's worth the hype because I bought them because of the hype and I don't nearly get as much use of them as I should. I feel like I should be using these palettes nearly every single day and I don't. My thing with the Naked palettes is that I have a Naked 2-3 and the Naked 2 Basics. So this is what the second one looks like. This is what the third one looks like. I'm sure you guys have seen these around. And then Naked 2 Basics. So this is the second Basics palette. I bought this when I was 17 and this was the first high-end makeup palette I had ever got. So like I bought myself. So I was really excited about it and that's why this holds still a special place in my heart. I bought it while I was on a trip with my friends to Florida, so it is a really special palette to me. And I mean, look at it, like it's absolutely stunning. The colors in here are beautiful. They are good quality. Urban Decay has some great eyeshadows. I do not know why I don't reach for this all the time. I used to reach for it a lot more and then I started branching out my collection and I got the Lorac palettes and you guys know how I feel about those, so I think that kind of made me neglect these ones and they kind of took their place. Like I'm looking at it now and I like have all these looks that I want to do, so I really want to get more into using it. But I think the major problem with the Naked palettes is that they didn't have enough variation of finishes of eyeshadows. They had only, in this Naked 2, there is only 2 matte shades and the rest are pretty shimmery. There's not even really satins. Most of them are quite glittery or sparkly. So I think that's kind of where they went a little wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, those are beautiful eyeshadows, but having more variety would have given them a little bit more edge over the competition. What I must say though, I know this video is kind of scatterbrained all over the place, but I wanted it to be like my raw, natural reaction, not too scripted. So I think where Urban Decay went right was that they were the ones that started this neutral eyeshadow palette, like big palette revolution. They're the ones, before this you only saw maybe quads or like a 5 eyeshadow palette or something like that, but they really, you know, limited edition, maybe holiday time, things like that. They were one of the first companies to launch, I think, something that really changed the market in terms of people looking for neutral eyeshadow palettes, that they can have a one-stop shop, everything's in one place, it's easy, it's more affordable, and I think that they really changed the game in that perspective, and for that they were very innovative and they did a great job in terms of that. But because they were kind of the pioneers of that field with the Naked 1, and then like all the other companies saw how great Naked 1 worked, so they jumped on the bandwagon and came out with alternatives. And I think the other companies may have had a little edge just because, well, they had an edge in terms of they were the first ones, it was new, it was exciting, so people bought them no matter what, they were hyped up, so they had that edge. But then other companies saw what people maybe were not so happy about and they were able to adapt their palette accordingly. Like for example, the Lorac Pro palettes came out after the Naked palettes, but same idea, and they had 8 shimmers and 8 mattes, which I think set them apart, and that's why a lot of people went towards the Lorac palettes instead of the Naked palettes. So I think if Urban Decay had just done that a little differently, and if anything, like with the first palette, they could have, you know, have made that mistake. Not that it's a mistake, but that's just what a lot of people were like disappointed about. So I think that they could have, you know, kind of improved upon that in the Naked 2 and 3, but they didn't really. I mean, if I look at the Naked 3, There's a few more matte and satins, but there's still a lot of shimmer ones. This one here is beautiful. I love it, and I used it a lot when I first got it. The only thing is, it's more pink toned, and pink tones I have to be really careful about how I wear them. They can make my eyes look very infected and sick, so it was really on trend a few years ago, and I was all about that when it first happened, and now I kind of neglect it. You can make some really, really pretty looks with these palettes, and I do recommend them. If you're looking for a good, solid eyeshadow palette, they are amazing. But that being said, I do not reach for them, and I don't know why. Now, they just came out with their Naked Smoky, and even though I know that I do not use these nearly as much as I should, so I don't want to buy more Naked palettes, I see the Naked Smoky in my Sephora, and I'm like, I want to bring you home with me. I think that the Naked Smoky is probably the best palette that they've come out with so far. I was looking at it, I was swatching it. First of all, in terms of packaging, a lot of people liked this packaging. Some people liked better the initial one, the like sleeker version with like the suede. This one's a lot more sturdy, but it is quite bulky. Whoops. And I mean, it's kind of hard to close. Like, it's a clasp, you know? So it's solid, but it's kind of like one of those metal or pencil cases. Not everyone loved that, but the Naked Smoky is like a hybrid. It's thinner, it's more sleek, but it's a harder packaging similar to this one. But it's a metal, a magnetic closure. So it's a lot more sleek, a lot easier to like manipulate. So I think first of all, the packaging, they hit the mark with the new Naked Smoky. But also they have 4 matte shades, 4 satin shades, and 4 like shimmery shades, if I'm not mistaken. I think 4 of each, which I think is a lot better variety, and you can create a lot more like full dimension looks with that than you might be able to with these. So I think the Naked Smoky is beautiful. It's also quite smoky, but they have some lighter colors as well. So I think if you're gonna buy one, I mean, I don't have it, so I can't tell you tried and true for sure, and I know that's the one that's hyped up right now because it's new, but it's a beautiful palette, and I think that they've kind of taken the criticism from all the prior palettes they've had and created one solid palette. So I think that it would be worth it. I just have so many neutral eyeshadow palettes that I don't think I'm going to buy it, at least not yet. Maybe I'll cave eventually, but not for the moment. As far as the Naked Basics goes, the first one it wasn't really my like color scheme. I didn't really like love it and feel like I needed it, but this one here is a lot more taupe, and when I saw it I was like, this would be perfect for every day. Now don't get me wrong, I love it and it's beautiful, and this is, if you are a beginner in eyeshadow, this is going to be your best friend. This is perfect for every day, and if I wore eyeshadow every single day, or if I had less makeup, this would be perfect. But because I have so many palettes and I like to go from thing to thing to thing and try new things, I don't get as much use out of this as I should. But that being said, I think that this one is really great. They are matte and a one like shimmer or like satin, so that is a little bit more everyday friendly. I really recommend this. I recommend all of the Naked palettes, but for me, I do not think they're worth the hype just because I don't get enough use out of them. They're gorgeous palettes, but I tend to reach for some of my other palettes more. So I would say if you want to buy one, maybe go for it, splurge, but do your research beforehand. Make sure you've swatched it, that you've maybe went into Sephora and had them try it out on you, whatever it may be. But I mean, there are some palettes I think that I prefer, that I like better. Now, is that going to be your opinion? I don't know. So I don't think they're worth as much hype as they got, but they are worth the hype in the sense that they are a great quality product. So it's a toss-up for this one. Honestly, guys, that's why I told you I kind of fall in the middle. I do not hate them and I do not love them. I fall in the middle. They're great palettes. I love having them, but I wouldn't buy more, I don't think, like I just told you, and I don't know if I would buy them again, to be honest. So those are my thoughts on the Naked palette. I really hope that this helped you in some way. Please, again, be nice in the comments. Leave me your opinions if you think they're worth it for you or not. We can have differing opinions, that's okay. So thumbs up this video if you enjoyed, and now I have like no more really requests that I'm thinking of in my mind for this Worth the Hype series. So if you have any requests, leave them down below. I will film it next. I'm always excited to film this video and share my thoughts with you guys and also hear your feedback. So definitely leave me comments, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!